So what up, what up? I really wanted to just this your boy Shot Town Day Day. Wanted to come to you guys about this issue that I've been noticing a lot, mainly on social media, but also in some uh, conversations that I've been engaged in recently, following this whole Mike Brown, Eric Garner situation. One of the things that I found quite disturbing, to say the least, is it seems as though the issue is like it's kind of split, right? There's people that want to strictly focus on the white on black crime, and then there's people that want to strictly focus on black crime. And I really don't understand the bickering back and forth, the competition in a sense. One of the things I just want to remind you guys of, it's an analogy I came up with a while ago, so I'm gonna share it with you on here too. Back in World War II, one of the interesting things about that war is that America was divided. The military was divided. Some of our military men were fighting in Germany, the others were fighting in Japan. And the thing about it is, the soldiers, the guys that was on the ground, those weren't the ones that was calling the shots. They went where they were told. The people that had the intel on which one posed what level of threat were the generals, the people that was back home. Those were the ones that was sending the soldiers to fight where they were needed. But the interesting thing is when I watch these documentaries and these interviews of those World War II vets, one thing I never see is the soldiers that fought in Germany downplaying or bickering with the soldiers that fought in Japan, or vice versa. And I think that's for two reasons. One, they understood that they were both soldiers and they did what they were told. They went where they were told. I think another reason why is they understood that they weren't the ones that was calling the shots. It wasn't a scenario of too many chiefs and not enough Indians. They knew that the chiefs were the ones that called the shots, and they just went where they were told. They did their jobs. They carried out their orders. And in the end, they understood that though they were fighting over here and their brothers were fighting on the other side of the world, they both were fighting for a common goal, and ultimately they won. I do believe reading somewhere in the Bible that a house divided cannot stand. So when I look at this situation now where there's people that tend to want to focus more so on the black on black crime that are just downplaying or calling people out or trying to make people feel bad for focusing more so on this white on black issue right now simply because that's not their focus. I just don't get it. Like the soldiers in World War II, they understood that that's counterproductive. And I think that you also need to understand, especially to my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, that you're not the one that gave those people their desires. Like you may be more passionate about black on black crime, and that's fine. But other people may be more passionate about white on black crime. And you really need to ask yourself, if you're not the one that gave that person the desires or their mission to begin with, then who are you to sit back and try to critique that? How about you guys both recognize that both fronts are parts of a war that need to be fought? They both are very critical and vital threats that need to be focused on. And if you're more passionate about the one, then maybe you should just work in that area and allow other people to work in the area that they're more passionate about. And ultimately, God will get the glory because those are both things that does not please the Lord. Whether it's black on black crime or white on black crime. So how about we get united in this thing and just allow people to work where they'll, flourish at. And if it just so happens to not be the front that you're fighting on, then just trust that your front will be sufficiently provided for just like the other, and allow God to do what he's going to do. But the bickering and it's not a competition. There's no reason for this thing to be split. I think that's the area in which we need to mature a bit. So think about that the next time you get ready to get too emotional and lash out at someone because they tend to be taking up arms on a front that you're not. Peace. Shot Town Day Day. Holla.